I'm off. I'm off my game. I'll tell you.
Your body's breaking down. This is unless I don't even think you could if you're watching the live. Well, there's no more live feed on camera, but you had to slink out of the room just a few moments ago, which is very rare.
Yeah.
At this point in the program.
And to urinate. I know. So,
what happened?
I think it's that run. Yesterday. It's got me all.
Electrolytes are all tingling.
Yep, everything's wrong.
You don't think it numbed off your bladder, do you?
It might have numbed off my bladder.
Are you sneaking Diet Cokes?
No, I've not had a Diet Coke, but I did have a ginger beer about 40 minutes ago. God, that hits just right in the morning, too.
I still don't know if that has alcohol or not.
Most don't, but some, I think it's technically possible to have a trace amount, they say, Biggie.
I'm leaving myself in the dark on that. I don't know if it has alcohol or not, but I'm going to bring you one tomorrow. Look,
okay.
You look like you could use a cold one.
Well, I'm still flying from Livy Dunn's energy drinks.
That's right. You still get the cotton candy energy. I'm going to bring you a ginger beer in here tomorrow.
Y'all should do a swap. Or make one of them dirty sodas.
Oh, yeah, you could.
I love a dirty soda, man.
Make it a dirty Livy.
Try the ginger beer by itself and then dirty up Livy if you want to.
Okay.
If you want, see how it goes for you.
Well, I'll bring one dirty Livy because I still need that, but then I'll try the ginger beer too.
I like the sound of that. A
Yeah.
dirty Livy. That's almost as good as Sidney Sweeney's bath soap. That's what I'm talking about.
Have you seen the latest Sidney Sweeney attention-grabbing headline?
No.
I can't remember the name of the woman, but she is playing a boxer. Christy Martin, I think, was the name.
Correct.
And she had to put on weight to portray a fighter, right. And I think it was 40-some pounds, Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm telling this story. Biggie's a Sidney Sweeney fan.
Yeah.
But she said, "Oh, that weight went to my boobs and my butt, you guys."
Oh, you guys.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What is she supposed to do?
People are going to stare at my boobs and butt more.
Yeah, she's like,
man.
"Oh my God," she's like, "My boobs got huge, my butt got huge, but I loved it." And everyone, all the men are just like, "Yeah,
yes."
yeah.
Where's that soap?
Who is it? Is it Kylie Jenner whose boobs have been under the? They have been really
so everyone
talked about lately.
Here's the deal. Apparently, Kylie Jenner has had the perfect breast augmentation.
Yeah.
They're big, they're nice, and people have said gone into plastic surgeons and be like, her.
Yes.
With pictures that say, "I want the Kylie."
Yes, I want the Kylie Jenner. So the other day, she just randomly, I think, tweeted out or sent out. She goes, "All right, guys, here's the deal." And she sent out the CCs of the silicone, the doctor, because she's been bombarded with people saying, "Please tell me what you got done so I can have the exact same thing."
It's essentially the exact recipe that she asked for.
Yes. She had the surgery a year ago, and the doctor's name is Dr. Garth Fisher. She received 445 cc's of silicone in the implants, and apparently they're absolutely perfect.
Yeah, she went into all the details.
That's right.
Yeah.
She gave it all.
And I'm sure this guy, now I don't know if this guy's giving her a kickback or throwing a nose job for free down the line or an eye bag tuck.
It's possible. She says,
but I bet you can't get an appointment there.
Oh, I'm sure not. You know
with
not.
This guy, but now that his name is out.
Mm-hmm. I'm just reading it. Kylie Jenner gave birth to her daughter Stormy at age 20, and she says, wait until after you have your kids before you start undergoing cosmetic procedures. She had a few.
That's so helpful.
Thank you, Kylie.
She had a few cosmetic procedures before she had Stormy, and she says, I regret that now. Golly, so she had Stormy at 20, and she had cosmetic procedures before age 20.
Well, yeah. I mean, if she's one of those in that whole Kardashian clan, if you look at the childhood pictures of her with the current pictures, it's not even the same person.
Completely different.
It's unreal.
See, I don't know the world of the Kardashians.
No,
You're
but
better off.
I do not ever. I don't know them.
She more than any other Kardashian. If you side by side her younger days and now, you'd be. It's not even the same person.
Yeah, mom might be close.
Yeah, mom's,
second,
Chris.
Mom, yeah, but
or not, well, who's her mother? Who's Kylie's?
Kris
mother?
Jenner.
Oh,
Kris
it is Kris
Jenner.
Jenner. Okay, right.
Kylie Jenner is one of Bruce Jenner's
Right.
daughters.
Knew that. Yeah.
But I will say she's been putting up. I think what started is a few weeks ago she started putting up some I'm on vacation bikini photos, and I mean the internet just went nuts because she's smoking hot. You know who she's dating?
Who?
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh.
She's one of the courtside Knicks
They
fans.
were at the Knicks games. That's where I saw them. Yeah, Chalamet.
Yeah.
and Kylie Jenner.
Because nobody expected those two. And they've been together for like a year or so now.
Okay.
Yeah, because everyone's like, what? But she is smoking hot.
Did you see the bravery Elizabeth Hurley has demonstrated?
No.
I haven't seen the photo, but I saw a headline that said she did a nude pictorial for her 60th birthday. Or 61st birthday.
Yeah, it's 60th. You don't see anything. She's just kind of like has her legs up to her chest.
Artistic?
Yes. Artistic. And she's like, this is me at 60. And of course, people, once you pose nude after a certain age, you're considered brave.
That's right.
So everyone's like, how brave of her.
In my day, there were, when a celebrity posed like that, you were either like it was a pictorial, which meant you were probably showing off something, or they were tasteful. Tasteful nudes is what they were called.
This is tasteful.
Which means you could hang it on a wall.
That's right.
And not really offend too many people.
Like Demi Moore when she was pregnant.
Yes.
My wife wanted to do that. The second baby, our daughter, literally as we were getting ready to go to the hospital, she said, I want you to take my picture nude. I was like, well,
all right.
Okay.
You're like Jack Dawson.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
You want me to paint you? No, idiot.
No.
Grab the camera.
She get the camera. I was like, well, where's the? She's standing there naked. I was like, where's the camera? It's in my bag. What? Because then
this one? No.
It's the other. I want the good camera. It wasn't on your phone at that.
This one's a
point.
cardboard disposable. No.
So she had envisioned herself tastefully nude,
Demi Moore style.
Profile.
Like peering out a window.
Exactly. And remember now, her water had broken. So
I can't get grip on the floor.
We're up against the clock, but she wanted her nude taken, and I did it. And right as we were ready to commission the artist to blow it up, portrait size,
the 8x12.
Yeah, I got some pubes in the photo, so
yeah.
It was like she's like, look at this. She asked me before I took the picture, do you see anything you shouldn't? And I was like, no.
The guy at Eckert's didn't tell you as he developed the photos, did he? Hey, boss, I want to show you something before you send these out.
Did you mean to shoot her? I can.
Yeah. Because you still had to take photos. This is 20-some years ago. You had to take photos still to the lab. And,
exactly.
Yeah.
There's one for the customer and one for the photo tech.
Unfortunately, I left a few stray pubes in there.
Yeah.
We were unable to display over the mantle.
Look, man, Prego's not my thing, but
that is.
I want to show you this. Make sure.
I've known your wife a long time. It is still one of the more shocking things she's ever said and willingly posed for.
Out of character.
It is out of character.
Because she said it was the last day she'd ever be pregnant. So she was like, it's my chance now. I will decide later.
But I suppose a historical moment, I understand that.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
want to preserve something that will never happen again.
Well, on the way, when she took me to get my vasectomy, we were 10 minutes from the office, and she said, are you absolutely sure? And I said, yeah, I'm sure.
You didn't ask for a sideways portrait of yourself, did you? Last time this thing will be loaded. Yeah.
Take it again. You got some of my sack in the picture.
It was artistic.
Yeah.
It was very artistic. I made her do that. That's right. Actually, it's
last time as a potent male.
Very tasteful.
A sideways of you staring at that Monopoly board you mounted.
Yes. Quizzical look.
Yeah. Yeah. Hand on chin.
Just the right shadowing. Wonderful. That's what
tasteful.
We do. Art.
Tasteful.
It's called art. Okay. So it's funny you mentioned having film developed. That came up as we were warming up in Dinkin last night at with my pickle pal.
Okay.
One of the guys who's about my age, we were talking, I don't know how it came up, but he said, have I ever told you the story how I got in trouble for counterfeiting money when I was in high school? And I said, no, you have not. I've known him for a while. Very nice guy. And I said, no. He goes, yeah, I was arrested for counterfeiting money.
Whoa.
And I was like, what? Now, I'm playing next to Soda Pop Devin, who's 23.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy telling the story goes, you know those little film canisters that you used to put your film in? And I said, yeah. And Devin goes, no.
Why should he?
Exactly. He doesn't know
maybe his
Yeah.
grandpa kept weed in it.
That's the only thing it's really good for.
It's weed and film.
So this guy, this is interesting. In high school, he and his friends had, for whatever reason, they got there 30 minutes before school with not much to do. So they'd play cards, they'd play poker, and whoever won the pot went and bought stuff from the school store or breakfast from the
They
cafeteria.
played for cash.
They played for cash. Everybody put in
Like coins?
no, it was like $5, but they put it in a film canister so that the principal didn't know that they were gambling. So they had it in a little film canister, and the teacher would have no idea. So they played cards, and one day, and whoever won got all the money and then would go and buy breakfast for everybody, but he had money left over and would pocket it. So that's how it worked. So the guy that I know won the pot one day, went and bought breakfast, and as soon as he did, the person who was taking the money said, we need to see you in the principal's office. He goes to the principal's office. The cops were called. They drag him to the police station. He has no idea why. He's like, I don't even know why.
My God.
They read him his rights and everything. They arrested him, took him to the police station. They had his dad come. They called his dad. The dad was like, what'd you do? He goes, I don't know. He had no idea.
Lunch lady narked on me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it turned out one of the guys he was playing poker with had been passing counterfeit bills at school and around town. And so when he paid for the breakfast or whatever it was, one of the bills was counterfeit, and they knew it. And they were like, we've got him. And it turned out to be one of the guys he was playing poker with.
Well,
How about that?
did your pickle pal turn in his friend?
Yeah, well, my pickle pal said, here's where I got this money. I was playing poker with 4 other guys. Here are their names.
Poker, eh? Oh, so he just sang like a canary.
Oh, 100%. And I said,
He named names.
I said, oh, I would have too. He said, and they said, who'd you play with? He goes, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. They brought all of them into the police station, and the guy who had done it immediately confessed. He said, and he had been doing it, for a while, and he was passing off like $5 and $10 bills. And they were counterfeit around town, apparently.
Did your pickle pal friend get his arrest expunged, or does he have a record?
Well, I didn't ask that. That's a good. Well,
Next time.
Now my pal never even. My friend was immediately cleared.
There's no arrest.
There's no record. There's no record. No, he said they immediately cleared it because he was, he unknowingly passed, and they did determine that.
And then sang.
Okay. Oh yeah, he gave it up.
Oh my God.
I said that made me very proud.
Yeah.
You know how I would absolutely sing.
Rat.
Barbara, you're talking about fake money. Go ahead.
Yes, I had a student who, it wasn't in this area, but his mom always made excuses for him for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so he went to the high school and he printed $20 bills on the computer. And then he passed them out to his friend, cut them up, passed them out to his friends, and his friends tried to use them on the school lunch line. So they were caught.
Yes.
And so his mom said, well, he did that in middle school too, which he did not. But the Secret Service came in and got him. And I really don't know what happened. I'm sure not anything big, but he was a freshman in high school.
Wow.
My goodness.
Freshman in high school passing out fake $20 bills.
Who knew the lunch ladies?
Boy.
Yeah.
Code of the lunch
point
lady.
of sale.
Yeah. So
This paper feels funny.
Right. They know. Thank you, Barbara. See, they know. Biggie's mother was a lunch lady at one point.
Yeah. I don't think she ever, she wasn't a counterfeit expert, though.
What a surprise that it's being passed off. That's what they were doing. They had breakfast in the morning at their school, which I thought was really nice. He didn't grow up in this area. And I was like, you can just get breakfast. He goes, yeah, I went and got a bunch of donuts and stuff and gave them the money. And the woman was like, we need to see you right now in the principal's office. And the cops were there. How scary.
I'm surprised it wasn't Secret Service.
Oh, yeah.
They're in charge of counterfeiting.
I said, I'd have peed my pants. And that's a fact.